And I found a company that provides high quality seeds that are most likely name brand seeds in their bulk packaging. And some of these seeds, man, really give that nice 1970s, 1980s, maybe 60s era packet feel. The packets are basic, but they look really freaking cool, and they feel vintage to me. So let's get into it. So the company we're going to be looking at is Rohrer Seeds out of Old Philadelphia, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And this is what I got here. This is the ornamental rainbow Indian corn. So just look at that, just that cheapo, no-nonsense packet. Here's the information you need. Get out of here. Buy our seeds or don't. This one says, an interesting variety is for ornamental use only. The large cobs have kernels, rich tones, blah, blah, blah. Well, they say ornamental, guys, but this can actually be ground into cornmeal. It could be fed to chickens. You could eat it. It's not going to hurt you. So I got 2 packets of these. Something I should mention, these are significantly cheaper. These were only like $2 for 100 seeds. Now that we have that to feed the chickens, we're going to go on to the sweet corn. Look at that, nice-o cheapo package. And this one is butter gold. There's 50 seeds in this packet. Something I should mention, guys, non-GMO, it means nothing. You would not be able to afford GMO seeds if they were available to you. This is just a selling point they all put on there. So this one here says treated with Captain and blah, blah, blah. Do not use this seed. Okay, so basically it's saying it's treated with an antifungal agent. You shouldn't feed it to your chickens or something right out of the packet. It'll make them sick. And once again, just your basic packet there. What else did we get? Because I got all these seeds for about $2 a pack. Burpee and the other big seed companies are about $4 to $5 a pack. And like I said, a lot of these seeds, if you read closely, some of them, I didn't actually, I'll use an example here. So some of these seeds, this packet doesn't say it, but it'll say the name, and some will say burpee so-and-so or park so-and-so. So I have really a good suspicion that maybe Rohrer is growing the seeds for burpee or these bigger companies and selling them in bulk, and burpee's repackaging. No seed supplier that you know of really makes their own seeds. These seed catalog companies buy them and repackage them. Anyway, moving on. Something else I liked here. This one says $2.69 on the package for sugar snap peas. Got it for $1 or something. And this one's organic. And because it's organic, we got I think organic is kind of the new thing, so we got to make it look cool. So they've kind of upped the design on the package on this. And if anybody was like me, grew up with older parents or grandparents, you grew green beans. You sat, anybody remember sitting there with your grandparents in a bucket snapping the green beans? Like you snapped all these green beans, and most of the time you canned them and forgot about them, never ate them, or you just left them sitting out there. You didn't use them anyway. But I had to buy some bush beans, and what we used to grow growing up was Blue Lake bush beans. And I remember a story about that. I was out there in the garden. My granddad was bound to determine, we are going to pick these beans. And I was a fat little kid, and I was quite lazy. So I'm out there picking away. I hate picking these stupid beans. And boom! This big strike of lightning right next to me. My granddad's like, okay, come on, come in. So that's a funny story with that. But I didn't buy Bush Blue Lake, Bush variety of beans, but I did get a trio. And these are multicolored garden beans. Frost sensitive, 45 to 55 days. $4.59 is what the price was, but I bought them directly from Rohrer Seed, the packager, and I got them for like a couple bucks. And look at that. And they all taste the same, guys. There's no real difference. It's just part of the fun is feeding the eye, Like, oh, I want to eat the purple bean. I want to eat the yellow bean. Well, they all taste the same. But there's the back of that package. Now, I did buy Blue Lake beans, though. But I got the pole variety. Yeah. And these, I'm going to do Three Sisters gardening with the Indian corn. So, see about that. Rich, tender pods, grow on vines, climbing vines. Well, it's a Blue Lake bean, except it doesn't bush, it vines. Pick the pods just like any other green bean. No real difference. Now let's get into what else I got here. Watermelon, Charleston Gray. I absolutely love watermelon. $1.99. You know, heirloom. The thing about heirlooms, guys, is you can save the seeds from an heirloom and replant them. So I pay $1.99 today. I'm probably gonna, if it goes well, I'm going to have crops that from this plant that I can keep the seeds, and you know, a couple years down the road, I'm gonna have a plant that's a heritage plant to me and my family. And it all started with a $1.99 packet. You can keep the seeds from hybrids, but one of two things is going to happen. It's going to be completely sterile and not grow, or it's going to revert back to a parent plant. So I do have some of my personal seeds that I've saved from hybrids. More specifically, it was a type of corn, and it was a glass gem. And I bred it out with some other corns, and it reverted back to blue hoppy or hopi corn. So it does work sometimes. Now, the next one, Cherokee purple tomatoes. Guys, I don't know if you've ever had an heirloom tomato, but the flavor it's more on par with a melon or a watermelon. I mean, these things taste really, really good. As you can see there on the packet, that's what they look like. And then the back of the packet, like all the others, just this basic stuff. If you want to pause the video and look at it, go right at it. So with the upcoming food prices and stuff too, I feel like I needed to plant something that I could store that really wouldn't be affected too much if I left it out. And I happen to like squash, and I actually like this particular type of squash. So I went ahead and picked up a packet of that. Pack for 2023. Now, another thing I like to grow, not so much eat, although I will eat them, is pumpkins. And these here are sugar or pie pumpkins. And people are going to say, oh, well, they don't grow real big. Oh, well, the thing is, the bigger the pumpkin, the harder it is to work with. These smaller ones, they're more sweet. You don't have a lot of waste. And you can just, you know, oh, I just want to use one pumpkin. You don't have to open up a whole jar of your canned pumpkin. You can literally take your fresh pumpkin and cook it. So this one is called the sugar or pie. It's just a small, about yay big pumpkin. This one here says $2.99. I did not pay $2.99. I paid $1 something for it. And it is a Cherokee Japanese eggplant. Never grew eggplant successfully. I've planted it many times, but we're in a new location now. I have much larger fields. I'm going to have, 3-4 plots. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know anything about it. I just wanted to grow it. The garden classic that everybody grows, cucumber. Now, this particular early green cluster, you probably noticed a lot of the stuff that I bought has to be early. That's because I'm in the far north and we only have about a 3-month growing season. So if you're curious, just look up the Canadian growing season and it's going to tell you what to do. But yeah, as far as like southern part United States, nah, like I've grown there in the past when I lived there, but I'm more on par with the Canadian growing season, although I don't really know too much about it other than it's very short. So I want to mention something too, now that we're talking about seeds. Rohrer Seeds did include something kind of cool. They a free seed packet, and it's Kaleidoscope Kale. It's colorful. Now keep in mind, guys, that the flavors and stuff of these seeds is not affected by the colors. This is just a promotional pack. There's really not a whole lot of information on it. There's not even any grow information on the back of this, but the reason they do that is to entice you to, how do I grow this? You go to the site, you see more seeds and stuff you like, and you buy them. So we're going to go ahead and, as a courtesy to Rohrer Seeds, we'll go ahead and grow this and give them some feedback on how it goes. Now, if you want to buy some of these seeds for yourself, why you can, and I highly encourage it, because when something happened up here in the far north in Canada, the seeds were available, but the stores wouldn't allow the people to buy them. I'm not sure why that was, other than like some weird, it was kind of like assumed maybe that it's a non-vital item because it kind of started during the winter month. I don't know, but the point is, if you can get your seeds now, get them. And I want to mention too, if you have older seeds that are 1 year or 2 years old, they may still grow. You just have to test them. The germination may be lower. It may be unaffected. So just go ahead and try what you have. If you're unsure, go ahead and seed start them. But before we go, I want to show you the website here where you can buy these. Obviously, it's reversed for a camera, but rohrerseeds.com. It's from Pennsylvania. See you later, guys. Hope you have a good gardening season.